last speaker, my next guest. Unfortunately, he's not as good as the other speakers. He uses an ordinary Microsoft laptop where all other speakers use a real designer Mac. He says he loves robots, but he's also afraid it will steal his job. So the title of the speech is, can someone please hurry up the robot takeover? May I have a warm round of applause for futurist Marcel Bullinga. And welcome to the global super brain. I'm not referring to myself, I'm referring to you, as you will be connected, all your brains will be put together in one big global soup. And what are the consequences of that? We will see. Before I rush through my 10 questions about the future, I have to ask you some questions. I'll do some innovation checks and robot checks. It's legally binding. The Dutch government asked me to do it. And so I have to comply. Remember, it's 2025. Okay, which one of you has a vacuum cleaner? Please raise your hands. Yes. Oh, that's a lot of people. Which one of you has a smoke detector? Please. Very well. And which one of you has both? It is incredible. In a different age, I would really be surprised. But right now, it's 2025, and you have to do more to surprise me. So, which one of you has a personal robot in their possession? Come on, come on, come on. Personal robot? Yeah, but what personal robot would that be?
Cooking machine.
A cooking machine. It cooks for you. Yeah. So you don't have to do the cooking, and you, your personal robot?
Personal trainer.
A personal trainer, but that's a human flesh type of person.
Yeah.
It's it's not a robot. Yeah,
no, it's a robot, but it does personal training.
Oh, it really does.
Fit, yeah.
Okay, but basically you're all lying because you all have a personal robot in your possession, in your pocket, the smartphone. Yeah. So you already use it, but you're not aware of it, which is really a bad thing, I think. Which one of you is into the game of body swapping, very popular in 2025? Body swapping? No one? Okay, cool. If you want to know what it is, after this session, I will tell you, or you may ask your children later at tonight. Or then at least someone of you has an education wall at home. No? Neither? Okay, it's called, you have one? You have an actual education wall at home?
Yeah,
cool.
It's my TV, my flat screen.
Oh, it's your TV. Okay, now cool. I don't know if I can approve of this answer, but all right. And I also have to do a robot check. So, which one of you is a robot? Please raise your hand. Oh, but you lied before, and I have to check it. Okay, there's one check, one final check. Which one of you has children? Please rise. Who? Cool. The ones who don't, they are the robots. So there's only one way of checking out whether you're a robot or a human of flesh and blood, if you can have children. So now that we have established that, I will go rush on to the 10 questions about the future. First question, or maybe it's the question number 10, is, because we are here in Holland, is the future expensive? No, it's not. Because we are all makers, and what do we make? We create products and services that are increasingly smaller, cheaper, and of higher quality. So we will be able to build houses, build cars, build supercomputers, build drones, build whatsoever, diagnose cancer in the next 10 to 15 years in an increasingly better way and in an increasingly speedier way. So you will have mortgage advice, not for $100 an hour for a financial planner. You will pay only $10 per month to some app. And you won't have an energy bill, or at least a very low energy bill, because we'll have energy self-sustainable houses. So the future is going to be cheaper, mainly because of the 3D printing thing. When you have a 3D printer, you do not have a technical thing, you have a symbol of the future. This one is the most incredible one that I saw lately. A 3D printer working on solar power that converts the plastic waste in the ocean into furniture. And these are the designers that do it. So basically, this 3D printer is a symbol of the future economy to come, where everything is a closed loop in a circular economy. Every house basically is a factory that turns waste into food and energy. And in the end, we will design cities that have the same capabilities of sustainability, where we have less transport and where production and consumption are much more combined together. Of course, there are also like really stupid 3D printers. For example, which one of you has a chocolate 3D printer? Yeah, ooh, wow, it's really cool. But it's not quite a revolution, because you put chocolate in, and comes out chocolate as well. Yeah, not much of a design revolution there. But now what? If we don't design a chocolate printer, but a meat printer, that is not like having a fun thing to do. It is upsetting the global food chain if we put in like grass and out comes artificial meat that tastes like real meat, looks like real meat, but has none of the disadvantages that actual meat has. So we will live more local, there will be less transport in the future, and we will design gecko products. We will copy nature while we create new products and services, and we will see gecko products and gecko people copying their characteristics. We will do it in an open way, and we will get rid of all patents like Tesla did, because sharing is much better. And we will have businesses and people that see business as a force for the good. We will have super professionals, regular people like you and me, who will take advantage of the possibilities created here, and they will do it in a self-organizing, cooperative way. Okay, question 9. Do robots have arms and legs? No, they don't. Well, some do, but mostly they don't. Because everything around us turns into a robot. Our cars, this museum, your house. Look at this wheelchair. It's a dumb wheelchair. It doesn't do anything else than, wheelchairing. But then look at it as if it were a robot. And then you have a hip and modern thing. That's the wheelchair of the future. It's not only speedy, but it also adds functionality to our lives, because this girl is capable of putting up her own makeup with the help of the robot, and she does not need the help of a human, which she thinks is very valuable. Or when the time comes, this is a so-called scootmobile for the old, aged and cranky under us. Any one of you is using it already? No? You do? Okay, fine. In your next stage of life, will you be buying this? No, you won't, because I see you're into design and quality and style. So instead, you will buy that. And that, of course, is a car that is like a guardian angel. Basically, the products that we design are basically guardian angels, and they're really fun to have. So, question 8, are robots male or female? Well, I don't care. It doesn't matter whether they are male or female, or gay or straight or bi or black or whatever. It doesn't matter as long as it is women that design the robots. That's something different. Should we fear the robots? No, we should not fear the robots. We should fear the humans. Because it's not the robots that place bloody attacks on our lifestyle in Paris. They don't. It's not robots that have caused a giant, incredible, global and rising income equality. James Bond, Dr. No, he was paid 12,000 euros back then in 1962. And right now, the actual James Bond gets paid 6,500 times as much. Oxfam predicts that in 2016, the wealth of the richest 1% overtakes the wealth of the other 99% being you and me. Robots did not do that. Robots did not create Dieselgate. They did not design malware. They did not. So it's not the robots we have to fear. Question 6. Will we have robots with a conscience? Yes, I think so. What do you prefer? To be shot by a robot in case of war or by a human soldier? You don't want to face this dilemma, but it's going to hit us hard. There is a campaign to stop killer robots because they have the wrong kind of conscience embedded. And that's why John Musk and Hawking call in this ban for killer robots. And then we also have sex robots, and there is also a campaign against sex robots as well, which I think is totally bullshit, because they are fun to be with, I think. But sure as hell, we need to embed our norms and our values into these robots. We need polite and cuddable robots who want us as a boss. So this is an MIT experience to teach a robot some manners.
I want to meet the elevator. Please do not enter the elevator.
Yeah, it looks totally non-future-proof, but it's the start of trying to get the right norms and values into the robots. There's a really unpolite robot. This guy there, he is crippled and he doesn't get priority when entering the elevator. So we should re-educate our robots, basically. Do children like robots? Well, what do you think? Do they? Yes, of course. Because they do. Because they like robots, 75% in a big global survey. They like robots because they are patient. They are more patient than you, their parents. Well, think about that. They are supportive. They are more supportive than you, your parents. Think about that. And they make learning fun. They see the robots as persons, assistants that help them doing their homework. And maybe even doing their homework for them. That's also possible. And one 9-year-old French boy said, well, I liked robot because he is my secrets keeper. And I think we do need some secrets keeper right now and also in the future. So that's why children love robots and why grown-ups really dislike them. Every research shows you hate robots. But the youngsters see the advantages. I have this 16-year-old girl who is following me, I don't know why. And she recently said, can the robot take over? Please hurry up, so I don't have to keep going to school. Ooh. Well, there's a bit of a misunderstanding. She thinks she will live in some sort of paradise where the robots take over all the work and she won't have to go to school, she'll have a global basic income, so basically she will have a lifelong holiday of doing nothing. But that's not what we are meant to do. That's not in our DNA. So the future will be a bit different. Question 4. Can robots dream? No, they cannot. But they can play a role in our dreams, which is a big difference, of course. Question 3. Are robots stupid? Well, I'm a fan of robots, I love them, but I must admit, they're totally stupid, 90% of them, as you look at them right now. So this stands symbol for most of the robots now who have an IQ of, say, a 1-year-old, or maybe a 2-year-old. Right? And we must advance, of course, to the IQ of an adult. or even your incredible IQ. There are also other kinds of really stupid robots. That's the robots that are designed right now and serve no function whatsoever because they are going to be replaced by another robot. So, Birmingham University, they created Bob, the security guard. Well, first of all, it's the ugliest robot I have ever seen. And second, it will be replaced within this year by a smart drone, of course. Why would you have a robot that has to walk if you can also have one who is flying? So it's a temporary robot and a temporary innovation. And here's another robot that is quite stupid. It's fun, but stupid. It's the baby car robot. What you see here is that a baby car follows the dad automatically. Oh, wow, that's an invention. Yeah, really. But they haven't really thought it through, because you see what's happening. Dad is in front of the baby car, and the baby car is back. So father cannot view the face of the baby, which is quite essential for the baby's kind of happiness, of course. This is designed, it's funny, but it's designed by Volkswagen. The same of the Dieselgate fraud. I don't know if there is any coincidence, but it is a fact. Gradually, though, robots are getting smarter, and that's where their potential lies, of course. Well, most of you will know Baxter, the industrial robot. So once upon a time, you had to be a skilled programmer to program the robot to do his thing. Right now, you needn't be a programmer. You can be totally unskilled, and you can program him just by telling him what to do. So there is a change. We have to learn less things to be able to do more. This trend is called de-skilling. And now imagine that you can program a robot just by doing zoof and zoof and zoof, and he also goes zoof, 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 and adds that some stuff all by himself. That's the smarter robot. And we will even have robots that outsmart our intuition. So this system replaces human intuition with algorithms that outperform human teams. And in the end, they have scores for reliability, and they can view patterns in big data, and they can predict much better than humans do. And if we have this kind of prediction machines, for example, will I be a dropout, yes or no? If we have this kind of robot, this kind of information in our pocket, it will democratize the new flow of artificial intelligence, because we must make sure it's not a multi-billion thing to buy. And the most important smart robot, of course, is the one that is being created right now by venture capitalists that put billions of dollars into it. They don't build robots, no, they build problem-solving creatures. Now you argue, but I'm a problem-solving creature as well. Well, yeah, that's true, but which one of you can read 200 million pages of text in 3 seconds? Please raise your hands. No, you can't. So there the robots have an advantage, and they learn and correct themselves. So, question 2. Do robots steal our jobs? Well, what do you think? Of course they do. So you have these iconic pictures of long ago, I think it's 100 years ago in New York, and we will have new iconic pictures. And they will replace the old. And then there is 47% of us, of the jobs that are going to disappear into thin air in the next 10 to 50 years. You probably know the Oxford University research showing it. There are lots of other researchers right now showing different kind of numbers for different kind of people and countries, etc. But remember the 47%. So, when talking to your child tonight about the future is robots, and the future of jobs, don't let them do one of these jobs, because these are disappear jobs. So you wouldn't want to do that one. If you have disappear jobs, we also have disappear studies, of course. So the major challenge for education and schools all around the globe, what part of my learning is future-proof and what part of my learning is going to be totally useless and in vain? I was recently interviewed by television and two people came to me, one journalist asking questions, she will stay. It was about the world in 2060, and there was this cameraman. And while he was filming me, I was thinking, you are gone. Not in 2060, but within 2 or 3 years. He will be replaced with all his skills by a smart drone, of course. So that's weird. So you have a profession and you've learned for it and you're going to be replaced by a means of transport. That's really strange. Or take the tube driver in London. They are a very powerful profession. They hold London in their fists. And they can put down the whole of London, which they did. In like 10 years, they will have no power and no bargaining position whatsoever anymore, because the tube will be self-driving. But it's also for the anesthetist. The anesthetist is highly educated, highly specialized medical professional, and he is on top of the pay bill. Just breathe to an anesthetist and he will charge you for it. And it's one of the reasons why the healthcare, the costs are rising and rising and rising again. Now, he is going to be replaced by an anesthetist robot who does the same thing, much more accurate, for a fraction of the cost. Aha! So, my conclusion is, humans are overrated. Human jobs are overrated. And the robot jobs are the promise of the future. I don't know if you've read the Merrill Lynch report on the future of jobs and robots, which came out last week. No, I don't think so, because it's secret. They didn't reveal it. But they talk about Homo sapiens will be divided into a few gods, and the rest of us, it's like poor beggars. So, question 1. Hele lastig. Is all lost? No, of course not. Because you have to remember, I told you about 47%. Now remember the 53%. 53. I repeat. Yeah, that's where you should be focusing on, of course. That are the jobs that are going to stay. These are the future jobs that we want. Social interaction, negotiation, convincing, originality and art. That are the parts of our job that will remain and stay. So if you look for the clown inside yourself and the clown inside your job, you will stay on top of everything. And here is the jobs of the future, and the disappearing jobs will make room for these jobs of the future. So if you're thinking about a career change, because you're fed up with everything, and if you want to talk with your children about what they are going to do, I suggest you take a look at this slide and talk about it with them. Okay, question 0. That's 11 questions, of course, but I cheated a bit. What's the ultimate future robot? That, my dear friends, would be a toy.
Hi, my name is Lily.
Hi, Lily. Nice to meet you.
How far is the moon?
The moon is about 250,000 miles
That's
from
a
Earth's
lot.
average.
Ain't it incredible? I didn't know that either. This is a teacher robot. Last week I spoke for 1,000 teachers, and I said I don't want to insult your intelligence by comparing you with a toy rabbit. But imagine the rabbit gets smarter, and it doesn't just answer your questions about facts, but it is able to answer about basically everything. So this is a product from IBM, and I think we need to take control over the future robots. What we need is robots, teaching robots that are developed by teachers themselves, not by multinationals only. So we need, basically, the future robot is a public robot, and I think we have to create them. So I come back to my initial question. Can someone please hurry up the robot takeover? And I found the answer. I found 2 superheroes who can do the job. One of them is a Greek boy, 50 years old. It's called Dimitri Hatsis. He won this year the first prize in the design contest because he made a printable robot. It serves no use whatsoever, but you can recreate him at home, print him at home, all by yourself. Do it yourself. And the best thing of all, this printable robot has 5 degrees of freedom. And then there is the other local
The
superhero.
winner of the $75,000
This boy.
2012 Gordon E. Moore Award in the category of medicine.
And you can put up the volume because I want to share with you the sheer enthusiasm this guy, look at him, has for the future. He is the future designer. So I would say to you, take that in mind, keep calm and carry on.